Welcome to this week's edition of Keeping a Peace podcast, man. It's bittersweet. So I have my sister, my homegirl, my friend, my family, Missy Love here with me, man. So we're gonna dedicate this show to my pops, man. For those that don't know, my dad passed away December 21st. Um, he was tired, man. He been battling dementia for like a long time. And with the anger and hatred, especially in our black communities, man, when life be lifing with us, no matter what that is, and all the traumas and stuff that we go through, it triggers it alone. Because what I gather, I don't care what the clinic said, I always see things from a spiritual point. So I think the demons lock your mind when you got the anger and the hatred and the unforgiveness. And I know because I was there. And it's tough, man. So I don't know what it's like to lose a child. God forbid I ever know what that feels like. I don't want to know what that feels like. But we're going to dedicate this one to my pops, man. So first things first, man. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to y'all, man. How was your Christmas?
Different this year. I'm usually the one that does all the cooking. I'm usually the one that gets the family together. I am usually the one who um kind of does everything, right?
Hmm.
And this year I just was like I call it a not feeling it year because I felt this way for Thanksgiving too, even though I did cook. And I just so within this year, I know like a lot of people don't know, but like it was a trying year for me, like
Hmm.
I got laid off. I was unemployed for 7 months. I'm a single mom with two kids, so I'm just kind of like, there was no unemployment coming in. I was just strictly doing my business and going to school. It was just a lot. How I managed to survive is beyond me. I'm not a person who asks for help. And when I did, they say you kind of know like who your real family and friends are. Not real family, because family's family regardless. But you kind of know who your real friends are, right? When you're in your roughest
Right.
times.
Hmm.
And me being an independent woman, people don't check up on me, sad to say, but people don't check up on me. I'm the friend who usually reaches out. I'm the friend who's checking up on my friends. I'm the family member who's checking up on the family members. And so when I got laid off, I didn't tell anybody because I was just kind of like, everybody has their own problems. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
just
Right.
like, what good does it do me to tell anyone, that I'm stressed the hell out, So I didn't tell anyone. I just kind of dealt with it. And so, but when I did tell, or when I did reach out, and when I did finally ask for help, the people that I helped the most turned me down. And I think I took that so hard because it's just like, I guess I'll call them out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my brother was in prison for 23 years,
Hmm.
Never, not one time that I stopped sending him money, that I stopped looking out for him. I always visit him, took the family to visit him. So if anything, I expected him to help, and maybe that's kind of where my downfall was just like having that expectation. I let myself down. But I was like, well, if anything, he would, right? Like he
Hmm.
would look out for me. Like I looked out for him all these fucking years, Um, that was not the case. So I think that was like a big reality check, you know? And so with that, I was just kind of like, all right, you take it in with I took it with a grain of salt. And so I was like, all right, it is what it is. I'm going to figure it out like I always have. Just mentally, I was just like, I'm just going to act like he's in prison still, because clearly I don't have him to, like, I can't depend on him or anything. And so, anyways, I took that hard, So the only person that was really there that I did open up to was my other brother, my oldest brother, which I did not expect to like follow up, constantly ask me how I'm doing, constantly ask me how my kids are doing and stuff like that. And so, like, forever thankful for him, you know what I mean? And so,
Hmm.
because it's just like I wasn't expecting it, but he came through, him and my sister. So, with that being said, I was not feeling the family thing this year, So I had told my son, which is 14, he understands more. And so I was just like, this year, I just really want to be surrounded by the ones that are there for me, the ones that reciprocate. Because I've helped everyone in my family. I've always been financially good, and
Hmm.
so I've always helped everyone with every financial hardship. All the time it was me helping, and so I think for my oldest brother, when he got laid off, I paid his rent for 6 months, and I had just had my son. My son was a newborn, and so I was paying my rent, his car insurance, my car insurance, you know what I mean? So I was just
Right, right.
helping, my sister, when my nephew passed away, she got behind on her mortgage, and I helped her pay for her mortgage, helped her with funeral expensive, all those things, so it's just like I don't I don't say it to like count or keep track, right, of the help that I've done. And then, but it's just like I've never told my family no. I've never told them no. And so, anyway, so that was a reality check. So the holidays for me this year was different, but it was different in a good way because I feel like I was able to find like my solitude, and so I cooked for my kids, my sister popped up. She'll forever come through and visit me and stuff. And so, but I didn't do anything big, and I didn't invite the whole family because I'm just over it. I'm just over it because it's just like reality kicks in, and it's just like, at the end of the day, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care about me or anything. And so it was just kind of like, no, I'm good. I'm not going out of my way anymore. Um, One, for family, I'm just kind of like, I don't care. Don't call me with the bullshit. And it's bittersweet because my brother's expecting a child. And I
Wow,
can't
I
even,
didn't
yeah,
even know that, but I
I
gotta
know,
say congratulations.
I
Yeah.
forgot to tell you. But yeah, he's expecting a child, and not to be a bitch about it, but I just can't even be happy about it. It's just kind of like, well, good luck. I wish you the best, and maybe now you'll be able to understand me like as a parent. Um, but I'm just keeping it as that. Still not going out of my way. It is what it is.
Mine was
That was my
kind of the
holiday.
same way. I just had to think of, I don't want to say put myself in a position because I know with some of them is like a different era. So like with my dad, brothers and
Yeah.
sisters. So my dad been sick for a while, but
Mm-hmm.
when the nurse says whoever wants to see him get here, that's why I came. I had to rearrange everything I was doing
Right.
and said told the job, which was supportive. Hey, I have to go see my dad. And my director was super supportive. It was like, no, go now, take all the time you
Oh,
need.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Right. But it's like, okay, you're trying to have say so on burial and what to do and not to do, as far
Hmm.
as cremation, all of this stuff, but you wasn't here in his time of
Right.
need.
Yeah.
So that make me feel some type of way. Now, luckily,
Hmm.
I believe in God, so I know God. So I know God is the giver and taker of life, and that my dad is in a better place. Because on a positive note, he and I prayed, and we even talked about my brother's death and the see murder stuff before he passed. And my dad actually mouthed that he forgive him, and my dad was ready to go. Like, so for those that don't believe in it's life after death, I'm telling you, I just witnessed it. So it's like he was reaching up for something, as something was coming down to pull him up. So I watched that, and he went peacefully. So about 2:30 in the morning. But then you get the calls, oh, what are you doing? My mom, I'm supportive of her because ultimately that's the soldier that's been taking care of him. Like she the
Right.
one that's She been here when I wasn't here. So
Yes.
we we talking over 40 years of marriage. So that's who
Yeah.
took care of them. So I said, whatever my mom want to do, I'm in support of, and everybody else better be behind that, man.
Right.
And then we had another issue, man. Is why I don't get too caught up on religion, but it's sad, right? So I believe you can't take away from the Bible. The Word of God even says that. Don't put in or take away what's there. You read what's actually there. New Orleans.
Mhm.
So when my dad passed, my mom had her input, and then some of his brothers and sisters would give their input. But the way I feel, and I don't want to be angry because I know God is the giver and taker of life. But if you
Right.
wasn't here and you wasn't checking on them, then that's not your place. My mom being respectful by
Even
letting you know
asking.
her right, letting you
Right.
know
Right.
the wishes out of respect. So then
Right.
she
Right.
asked to bury him at a Catholic ground because that's the times that they grew up in, all the cathedrals in Louisiana. And initially they told my mom, because my dad wasn't Catholic, they couldn't wake him or bury him or some foolishness. I don't want to get the gist of the story because I know they gonna see this, but just know that that pissed me off, respectfully speaking,
Yeah.
because I don't know what Bible you reading, but it ain't that type. So whatever y'all doing over there, I know the Catholic Church ran like the mob anyway, but that's why I believe in God and my relationship with Jesus, and it's not
Yeah.
based on a denomination, a Baptist, a Catholic, a Pentecostal, whatever, because all that stuff is created to cause division anyway. It's either you
Mhm.
believe the word of God or you don't believe the word of God, and there's no in
Mhm.
between. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But me knowing that my dad forgave dude on his deathbed and my dad went peacefully, I'm
Mhm.
okay because I know that he's in a better place.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
So then with my mom, so my dad has an older son, my brother, in Houston as well. So it's me and him that's been taking care of my mom. And we got our own
Mhm.
kids, my daughter, my son. And he got three girls of his own. So we've been here taking care of her, trying to get her out the house. So Christmas was bittersweet. But my mom's relatives on her side of the family, thoroughbreds, horses, man. So shout out to all of them. They live in a small country town called Belrose, which is like an hour and a half from here. But
Mhm.
when I tell you they here, every day, every night they calling, they don't ask what can they do or what can be done or what you need. They just do the way it's supposed to
Yeah.
be. Now I'm not saying because if people don't know, they don't know. So please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. But I'm saying it's a difference of those that asking what you need and those that just come and do out of pure love and respect. That's my
Right.
mama's side of the family. Thoroughbreds. My people across the street, thoroughbreds. My cousin Dylan, who played in the NFL, another one. Cut his grass, cut my daddy grass. Thoroughbred, in and out. His wife Mariah, thoroughbreds. So that's the stuff I'm talking about. With my dad's
Mhm.
side of the family is not always like that. You got a few people here and there, but for the most part, it's like okay, you gotta ask. Nobody asks, then I don't know, which is okay sometimes. But
Yeah.
situations like this, my dad been on his deathbed, so that stuff makes you like pull away from time to time. But
Yeah.
again, I'm not. Yeah. So I get it. I get it. What you're saying, like Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas, but it
Yeah.
also makes you know like the people you can depend on and can't depend on. It's like
Mhm.
in a time of need, which I never, like I say, a long time ago, I let go of that facade. But I'm a firm
Yeah.
believer and taking care of what's front of you. Like I always say, it's only good and evil, right and wrong is like no in between. So if I
Yeah.
do something for you, I don't do something for you hoping to get return. It's
Right.
because I did it. If I couldn't do it, then I wouldn't have did it. Like my
Yeah.
homies, them dudes are like my brothers. And I say this on record. So for those that think this entertainment industry is like fortune and fame, I got bad news for you, man. It's more fame than fortune. There's no fortune in here. If you're not a man on your own and know how to get it, you're gonna be dependent on another man. And then they're gonna
Yeah.
start treating you like a little boy and a dependent. But you could get out on your own and get it, that's the best thing for you. Everything else is a facade and they gonna sell you a dream. But my
Mhm.
homies are my brothers. So I was down to my last paycheck when I got that car. I told you I had to rearrange everything. So initially
Yeah.
I was coming down here Christmas Eve. I didn't even have. My homies was like, "You good?" Like sent me what they sent me, and I got here and made sure I was good while I was here. Like that's love. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the
Yeah.
stuff that how it
Yeah.
should be, but I know everybody don't do it that way.
No. No. So yeah, yeah, it's definitely a different year, but I feel like it was needed. It was needed for a while because I've, like I told you, forever I have spent doing, and I am very like I am the thoughtful one. I'm the one who's, I buy gifts for everyone for their birthdays. I take everyone out for their birthdays, throw parties, celebrate them. I be doing the most. But when it comes to me, it's like I'm lucky if I get two phone calls on my birthday. you know, so it was definitely a year of reality. That's what I'll say. It's a year of reality, and I'm thankful for it because now I know how to move forward. Now I
And
know
we
how
have
to.
kids, so the fact that our kids are the same age, and I told this to my daughter, um, like we have to pass on generational blessings instead of
Right.
generational curses because
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the generations before us and the forefathers because they only was doing what they was taught. It's
Yeah.
not right, but that's all that they know. But we know
Yeah.
better. Like I said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat my feelings because sometimes it still hurt. And then I know a lot of those toxic traits was passed on to especially the men. But it's on
Yeah.
us to like break that stuff, teach our daughters better, and give uh better to our little boys as well. Like we got to start new traditions. So those that
Yeah.
are
For
here are
sure.
supposed to be here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what it is too. I told my son, because my son's really big. He's a lot like me. He's very
Hmm.
family oriented and he loves having the family around. And I just had to explain it to him in the toughest way. I was like, dude, when I was like this, who the fuck came over here? Who knocked on this door? Who called me? I said, you were there this whole entire time. I said, who was there? And so he was like, yeah, you're right. But he can't. He'll still call, his uncles and stuff like that and wish
No,
everyone a
which is
Merry
right
Christmas
because
and
we
stuff.
don't want to corrupt him either. But
Yeah. And
yeah,
I'm not because I'm just like, you can. I'm not.
yeah,
I'm taking this personal because I would
right. But
never leave my family,
kids
like,
have a genuine heart of love, so all they know,
yeah, and
so
they
they
don't
gotta be
have that
taught hatred.
resentment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
They
us,
don't
it's
have
stripping away.
resentment.
Yeah. With us, it's the pain and hurt that slowly takes that away. But he not there yet, which is good
Yeah.
because I want him to remain innocent. It's another situation I'm not gonna talk about online, but when me and him talk and he was like, "Yo, I know you there for my mom." I said, "Bro, this real family. Like, what you mean? This ain't no
Yeah.
game. Like, this what we do."
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So I mean, but it's not a bad thing, I think it's really good, and I'm just kind of like I feel like it puts me more like on, this. I need to stay focused, right? Because now I really do know that it's just me and my kids.
Right.
And a few family members, and a few family members, and that's it. So it's just like, okay, cool. Now I know. Now I don't have to keep being like naive and good-hearted and basically giving my last penny, to people who just don't really appreciate it, or to people who just won't do the same, and I think that's kind of where, and I do this with relationships too. I give too much and I expect it to be reciprocated. And when it's not, that's when I'm just kind of like, well, damn, like, damn, I should have, I guess I was the dummy in this. But it's a reality check. I kind of learning it a little too late. But yeah. praying for you and your family too, because I know that's got to be a hard time. I know, especially because of you, I kind of embraced my parents when they came over more, and I even told them about you. And my mom was like, "Oh yeah, George," and it's just like in Spanish, it's like, "Sí, sí me acuerdo," and so I was like, "Well, yeah," and she was like, "Oh, mira," and so yeah, and my dad too, he remembered you, and so I was like, "Yeah," and so it's tough, because it's the circle of life, right? And we know we're not always going to be on this earth forever, so
Right.
it's just like, and that's why I've always been so giving and so nice, because like I lost my nephew at 20 when he was 19. I lost him, and I didn't really know how to receive that other than
Hmm.
praying about it. I was just like, ooh, heal my heart, because I don't know how to deal with it. And that's the only way that I could be there for my sister. Um, because I would just tell her, we have to pray about it, and instead of having to trying to understand the why. We're all here on borrowed time. We know at some point our time is going to come, and it's just like, this is why we just have to appreciate those that are with us while they're with us, and not wait to the last minute. So I'm glad you were able to go over there and be there for your mom. I know that's needed, especially during this time. But don't forget about you, and just,
Hmm.
I'm gonna always, check up on you and stuff like that. I hate that you're so far away, but um, definitely give yourself time to mourn and cry, and don't hold it
Hmm.
in. Because I know, even though you're going through this, you have to be like the pillar, right? Somewhat, for your mom and everyone else. And so, but you just can't forget about you, because you have to mourn it too, and don't hold it in and don't pull back. So definitely give yourself time to cry too.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's it's time. I love you. I miss you. I
I
can't wait
love
till you
you and
get
miss you
back.
too. All right.
Yeah, and then everyone, guys, prayers for Trinity Team's family and for him as well. So let's just keep our prayers up, and definitely dedicating this one to your dad. Love you. Bye.
Bye bye.